Good morning everybody, Mr McCahill here, here for our Head Teachers Bulletin for the week commencing the 30th of January. We've had a really busy week this week. We've had mock exams, we've had the National Teacher Strike on Wednesday, and I just want to say thank you for your support with that. Thank you for the support for the pupils at home that were accessing the remote learning, but also thank you for sending the Year 11s and Year 13s into school. In total, I think we had about 90 Year 11s in school accessing some drop-down revision, particularly for English, Maths and Science and RE. Our usual mock exams occurred, which was fantastic, so a big well done and thank you for those students who attended school on Wednesday. So in the Gospel this week, we looked at the word Beatitudes. This is a word that means blessing. These are attitudes rather than moral principles, and often we think of Beatitudes as a way of being, an attitude of being or a way of life. Jesus says that if you have these attitudes, if you're humble, if you show mercy, if you're pure, and you're prepared to obey God, even if this involves persecution and recognising the need for God, it basically is our greatest aim to please God, and we're lining ourselves up with God's kingdom, and that's been the message this week in our assemblies and tutor time. Sometimes we don't want to trust Jesus' message because we find his words challenging. This is a message for our lives today, and we ask to begin to build this kingdom of justice, peace and love, starting with our own community, and that's what we're trying to do at Thomas Becket. We're trying to start with our own school community to make sure that we're putting Christ at the centre of everything we do. And this of course begins with our mission statement. Christ's love is our foundation, and it links in so well with our core values and how we seek to support all pupils in putting Christ at the centre of everything we do in relation to our values. So a big thank you with uniform. We've had a big push on this for the past couple of weeks, in particular, making sure that obviously jewellery meets our uniform policy, and making sure that students are in the correct uniform, such as having blazers and the correct shoes. So just a big thank you. We've seen an increase in students wearing the correct uniform. We're still continuing with this, and obviously half term's a good reset, because we often know students grow out of their school shoes and you're in the process of buying them. But all we ask is communication and notes. So if they're in the incorrect uniform for whatever reason, let us know. Obviously, if you need any support with uniform and you want some further information, contact the form tutor the first instance and we'll be able to support you. Equipment's the next on our agenda to make sure students are equipped and ready to learn for the day. So we're having a big push on this in the next couple of weeks. So it's Cut Your Carbon Week next week. Mr. Polly will be sharing lots of tips and strategies in relation to cutting our carbon week. So if you're not on our social medias, get online, look at our Facebook and Twitter, and there'll be lots of top tips to cut our carbon to support obviously our environment. So we've got there the fixtures and sports fixtures and clubs for next week. So any pupils involved in that or parents involved in collecting and picking up children, just do take note. Mr. Gilling obviously sends out letters and communication for all of these anyway, but it's just a heads up that that's happening for next week. So some really good news. Again, if you're not on our Twitter, on our Facebook, there's been fantastic sort of good news and lots of achievements happening over the past week. In particular, our Year 7 and 8 girls basketball team, they finished a solid 4th place out of 8 teams competing on the night, so big well done to them. Our 6th form students had the benefit of going along to a STEM event at Thornton College this week. So again, lots of exciting things happening, so please take a look, because every day we're posting what's happening in school. And I think it's often as a parent, your sons and daughters come home from school and you say, oh, what have you done today, and you sort of get a grump and they don't really tell you much. So it's a chance for you to just get involved, see what's happening and take a look. So our interform competitions are back up and running, and now the weather's getting a bit better. So the first interform competitions are table tennis. So do speak to your sons and daughters about that. Lots of involvement in PE and sports, particularly at lunchtime, just to occupy our students and just get them engaged in sport, which is something we're really pleased of. So it's OLICAT's 3rd year anniversary this week, so a big happy 3rd anniversary to everyone within the OLICAT community. So OLICAT is part of our multi-academy trust that we're part of, and we celebrated this week with a joint prayer to celebrate the 3 years as being part of a big OLICAT family. So happy anniversary to OLICAT. So if you're interested in joining our sixth form, particularly for Year 11 students moving on to post 16, the deadline is today for putting in an application. If you need any support with the application, we can support with that. Miss Donovan will happily support in completing the application, or if there's any further questions about that. So Year 11 students, if they need any further information, speak to Miss Donovan or their form tutors. But also we're accepting applications for external students as well. So if you know anyone or they've got friends or family that are interested in sixth form with us, then do let them know. So big well done, massive achievement on 100% attendance. 136 of our pupils achieved 100% attendance last week, which is a tremendous achievement. So they'll be rewarded today with some golden tickets and chocolate, and we're going to keep rewarding every week for that progress and improvement in attendance. You know, I say it every single week to our students, and you know, I mention it a lot in my letters to parents. You know, there's a direct correlation between attending school and achieving well. So you know, we will support you with that attendance. If you need any support to tackle issues, or if your child is sick or requires leave from school, it's really important that you contact the school so that we can authorise the absence and work with you if there's areas of improvement that we need to work on. But a massive well done, you know, to those pupils who were in all day, every day last week. So just a big reminder about class charts. It is our central way how we communicate with parents. We are aiming to shift over to paperless to support the environment. If you haven't got a login, you need to get online and access the app. You know, it's got achievement points, it's got, you know, your student's timetable, it's got announcements. So there's a contact email there, office@Thomas Beckett, if you're having trouble logging on. But it's a real simple process. Download the app, type in your details, it will save your password, and you'll receive notifications for the communication home. So as I said, if you've got any problems, get in contact and we can support you with that. Just a reminder on key dates. So after half term, we've got a Year 9 curriculum choices evening. We've also got a sixth form open evening on the same evening, and that's very much to support the options process and look forward to see how the options in GCSE link into post 16. We've also got on the 2nd of March our Year 7 parents evening for all our Year 7 parents and carers. So thank you again for everyone's support this week, and we'll get back in touch next week. Take care.